Imagine this. You have saved for years and you have found your dream flat. You have paid the booking amount and maybe even the full advance. But if these three specific documents are missing, then you being a legal owner is an illusion. You might be living in that flat paying EMIs and maintenance, but in the eyes of the system, you are still not an legal owner. Many buyers spend hours choosing the tiles and kitchen colors but spend very few minutes checking the legal foundation. In this video, I'm going to fix that. Watch this video till then because I'll be sharing 3 important documents that you as owner must have and why they are non-negotiable. And I'll be also sharing a bonus tip, that is when you can simply walk away from a deal. In our previous video, we spoke about the apartment maintenance disputes. Most of these issues start from the day one because the buyers move into a building where the basic approvals and certificates were not completed. So today we are going back to the foundation, the three important documents that decides whether your building is legally ready and whether your purchase sits on solid grounds or confusion. The first document is OC or Occupancy Certificate. In simple language, Occupancy Certificate is the green signal from your local authority, that is BBMP or your local body, that says this building has been constructed as per approved plans, safety and basic services are in place, and it is fit for people to live in. So no OC means one thing. On paper, the building is not yet cleared for occupation. Now, many people move in without OC. So is it allowed? In most of the cities, the law treats occupation without OC as unauthorized. You are not a criminal, but you are living in a building that the system has not fully accepted. So what are the risks here? Your water and electricity may be given through temporary or higher tariff connection. Future regularizations, penalties or adjustments costs can fall on the residents. Banks, buyers and even some government schemes can insist on OC later. That's when you realize the problem. And here is the biggest confusion. Possession is not the same as legal occupancy. Now let us understand this in a simple manner. A builder might hand over the key to you and say, "Sir, the building is ready and you can start staying." This is called possession from the builder's side. But unless the local authorities issues an OC, it is not considered as a legal occupancy from the system side. So the thumb rule is, if you are considering to move into a ready to move apartment, then ask for an occupancy certificate from the builder before considering that flat legally ready. The second important document is CC, completion certificate, where OC is about the people living inside the building. CC is about the building itself. Completion certificate simply means that the local authority has confirmed that the building has been constructed as per the sanctioned plan. The number of floors, built up area, setbacks, parking and common spaces match what was approved. So to understand this in a better way, CC means that the building was built as per the promise made to the local authorities. OC means that the building is safe and ready for human occupation. CC usually comes first. The authority checks the building against the plan and only then the builder can move towards OC. If there is no CC, then it means either one of this. One, the building has many deviations beyond allowed limits, or the builder has never completed the approval process properly. So what does this mean for you? Extra floors that were added without approvals are always at the risk in future. Legalization, penalty fees or demolition threats typically arise when CC and the sanction plan don't match. And that's how we get stuck with property stuck in semi-legal status. Always running behind regularization scheme, never really clean. So for you as a buyer, CC answers one simple thing. Was the building constructed legally as per the approved plan or not? Before we move on to the third document, if you found this video informative till now, then do hit that like button and do share this with someone whom you think needs to watch this video right now. So coming back to the video, the third important document that you should have is EC, Encumbrance Certificate. EC belongs to the world of ownership and loans. An EC is given by the registration or the sub-registrar office. It lists the registered transaction on a property during a particular period. It can be sale deed, mortgages, gifts or any type of court attachments. In simple language, EC is the medical history of the property's title. So why is it important? When you check EC for the right period, you can see if the seller actually became the owner through a registered document. You can see if there is any registered loan or charge on the property that is still active. You can also spot unusual entries that may need a lawyer's attention. Think of it like this. You don't want to be in a situation wherein you buy a flat, you register it and you move into it and later find out that the builder had taken a big loan on that property or land and never cleared it properly and the bank still has a claim on it. Just for your information, EC is not perfect. It only shows what has been registered, But not checking EC at all is like buying a company share without checking its balance sheet. So before you move your big money, keep couple of things in mind. For resale flat, get the EC for at least 10 to 15 years of that flat or its land share. For new project, get the EC for that land where the project stands. And if EC is not matching the story that you have been told, then that's the signal for you to slow down. So now coming to the bonus tip that we talked about. Before you make any payment to the builder, make sure you check for these three documents, and in OC and CC specifically check for the number of floors, the block name and the survey number, and see if it matches with what the builder told you. In EC, you specifically check for the owner's name and see if it matches with the name of the person that is mentioned in the sale deed. And if the builder keeps giving excuses, keeps delaying and shows only applied for and not issued, then this is where you have the right to say no documents, no deal, and walk away from this. So before we wrap up, if you found this video informative, then do like this video and share it with someone whom you think needs to watch it. And for more such real estate related videos, make sure you subscribe for Real Estate with Kiran. Thanks for watching.